Gentlemen, scholars, and everything in between, it's Seymour J. Wankowitz, and here we are with the Round 7 coveted bowl game. It is my honor to be commentating today's DK Bowl to you. We know the rich history of the DK Bowl. It is owned by the Ken & Son Baseball Club, but they play in it every season, and this season a little more special because they are the DK Wilds. Speaking of the DK Wilds, they will start us off on the mound this evening. Blue Pianta will be the opening hitter for the Mario Fireballs, and the DK Bowl, folks, is underway. And that's one strikeout for Boo to get us started. Mario is going to try a bunt and going to get out. Boo grabs the out. Pink Yoshi winding up. Good connection. Funky Kong with the out.
Come on, guys.
Changing sides. Nothing from the Fireballs there. The Wilds, bottom of the first with their first offensive at-bat. And here we go. Hammer Bro starting off for the DK Wilds. In this DK Bowl against Paragoomba, the chance to get a connection. The shell is going to hit. Hammer Bro is going to get the single. Bowser Jr. has 3 stars. Misses there. Uses them here with a ghost. And the middle, that's where you want them. The ghost. Maybe a bit too early, but it will not matter. Mario falls asleep, and so Hammer Bro is scoring. And Bowser's running. He's gonna have to, or Bowser Jr. is gonna have to turn back. Safe on third, the triple and the RBI. Oh. Fireballs, not needed there. Magic Koopa, the RBI himself.
Come on, guys, let's wake up out there. Come on.
Fire Bro. Wario grabs out. The double play.
Come on, boy.
Boo grabs a ghost ball and hits the single. King Boo now hits one up. Mario grabs the out.
Out there, guys. Let's clean it up.
Here we go, top of the second, and it's a 2-0 game. DK Wilds up off of 2 RBIs in that inning. Paragoomba. And that's an out for Funky Kong at first. And folks, when the DK Wilds start scoring off of runs that aren't home runs, that's when you got to be scared. That is their specialty. Fire Bro, a drop, but turns around, fixes it, and makes the grab. Bowser had the connection, swings early, and that's another strikeout for Boo. Boo padding the stats early in the second inning, bottom of the second. Wilds back up for offense. It's Wriggler looking to connect off of a Paragoomba pitch. And Bowser with a nice dive to get the out there. Funky Kong. Had nice connections, gonna use a star. And Pink Yoshi drops it, so it's a star single for Funky Kong. And Paragoomba is now tired. Donkey is looking for the special, will not get it there.
Good work, way to catch it.
Will not get it there. A strikeout from Paragoomba. Hammer Bro swings years early at that one. Bowser the slide, the throw to first. Diddy with the out.
It's your second throw. Good work, Bowser.
Diddy with the out. And while we're in between innings, I'm going to take a nice sip of my Diet Mountain Dew. Wriggler drops it. Magic Koopa cleans it up. Diddy now, 3 stars, tries to use a special, doesn't work. The POW, gonna hit Funky and Diddy, so just throw to Funky for the out. Dixie Kong, 2 stars to work with here on 2 outs. Not gonna use it, just gonna slap it. Funky Kong participating in the out yet again. Bottom of the third, the Wilds score 2 in the first inning and continue to hold that lead in the bottom of the third. Bowser Jr. is back up for us here. Folks, the stat sheet looking a lot like it did in the last meetup between the Mario Fireballs and the Wilds. A lot down so far for the Wilds, not as much for the Fireballs. We're going to see Dixie come up second on the mound here. Bowser Jr. is going to get the special. I believe he had a bomb with him. He did have a bomb, and this has to be used carefully. And it's used precisely, accurately, perfectly. What a beautiful land and a beautiful item usage. Magic Koopa trying again with the item. It'll land beautifully. Bowser Jr. on third. Fire Bro trying to bring him home. 2 strikes. Down the middle. A great connection. It will go over for 3 runs. It was low. It was low. But it goes, folks. Boomerang Bro makes a catch for an out. Goodness, what a hit from Fire Bro. One of his best of the season. Mario grabs that out without being able to see it. Wriggler flinches, but they will run away from the ball, and Wriggler will grab a single. He has been able to find some singles in the past few games when not being able to hit up the home run. Funky being patient here, waiting, but strikes out. That's a Dixie strikeout.
Come on, guys. Gotta get started now. Come on.
Folks, it's 5-0, top of the 4th. The Fireballs in the exact inverse of their situation in their first bowl game against the Knights. They're down big. Magic Koopa jumps it beautifully. Grabs the out. King Boo coming up on the mound now in the middle, and this is going to make things tough for the Fireballs. I take it back. A star swing here from Mario. It bounces off a donkey and lands. That's going to be a successful star double for Mario. He continues to run. KJ and his defenders very quick to go for a grab when it's not necessary. Sometimes gives these offensive runners some extra base time. Pink Yoshi, a fair dive by Donkey Kong, but they're both safe. What a dive by Donkey Kong, though. You gotta love the effort. And a kick there for the double play. My goodness. And the DK Wildcats have absolutely perfected the kick double play in these last 4 games. It's been incredible to watch. They seem to only excel at them against the Fireballs, though. They got a few, not this last matchup against the Luigi Knights, but the round 6 matchup, they got a few. But they get a lot versus the Fireballs, that's for sure. This is 2 fouls for Donkey Kong. He's on 2 strikes. He swings at this one. It's up. It's high. There's no item. Will that flower activate? It will not. Mario grabs out and activates a little bit late. Hammer Bro. It was, oh my goodness, it looked good. Bowser will grab the out at third, though. Bowser Jr. no stars here. And it is high. These bananas could help. The circle is still yellow. Pink Yoshi able to jump and grab it. I thought he might, but there was a little bit of doubt. Top of the 5th. Fireballs still haven't scored. They're not excelling really anywhere in this game. We're looking to see him wake up here. Wario is going to get this special. It will land. Looks fair, folks. It will be fair. Wario making a play for second. The kick, 2 kicks away from the ball are going to stop the defenders from getting there in a timely manner. Bowser tries a special. We'll get a nice land with a pow. Instead, Bowser running to second. Wario running home. The RBI successful.
I didn't catch it. That's why I'm bringing it. I thought it was going to be like. That's why I didn't catch it.
Boomerang Bro. It'll land. Bowser will stay. A star special land for Boomerang Bro. Diddy finally gets special off and has a pow. That's a good combination. It hits Hammer Bro directly.
That barrel kind of worked out.
It's an RBI with double. Dixie Kong. Hammer Bro grabs the out. Blue Pianta the special. Nobody there for it. It's a 2 RBI from Blue Pianta. Folks, the game is a 1-point game. All of a sudden, and Mario with the special, it goes foul, but they're still rolling on 1 out, folks. Mario, no more stars. Gonna have to get a nice land here and a nice item. The fireballs. It results in a double play from Donkey and Funky. Folks, we're seeing that Diddy land is something that the other 2 coaches had to endure from Coach KJ a lot of these years when he used that special. Finally, Coach KJ has to endure a little bit himself. Wario grabs the out before the POW lands. Magic Koopa out. And we're looking to change pitchers here a little bit. Folks, Diddy. Diddy against Fire Bro. Thrown to Paragoomba for the out. Boo is going to wind up for 1. Now he's not. He's going to slap it. The fire does not hit. Paragoomba grabs that next out.
Come on, guys.
And momentum, if you believe in that sort of thing, seems to have shifted, folks. Top of the 6th, the Fireball suddenly down by 1. And they got to keep it rolling here. And this is the time to do it. Bowser Jr., one of the weakest pitchers, I believe, on this bullpen. But if you have Donkey Kong, it doesn't matter. If he gets in position for that kick, it lands fair. Oh my goodness. Funky Kong misses the kick and Paragoomba gets a rare one past him. Wario is going to get the star. This could potentially be huge. Wario goes back and it's fine. Wario gets the star single.
I heard the little.
The bomb was kicked, but it was not kicked for the buddy throw. The banana on King Boo! It's an RBI single for Bowser!
He went forward.
Good God! Rivalry of the year! Coach KJ and the item banana. Wriggler kicks it there, I believe, to get it to Ambro or drops it. Diddy, a nice hit. Magic Koopa goes for the grab! Why did he do that?
See it, baby. Good goes.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and just sloppy play from the Wilds late in this game. Extremely. Wriggler drops it. Magic Koopa makes the catch to end the inning, but it was an inning out of HE double hockey sticks, folks. An abysmal defensive inning from the DK Wilds. And they got to look to come back here, and a nice land from King Boo with the shell will help it. King Boo will grab the single. That's his first stat listed today. Wriggler hits one up.
Hold up, buddy. Let's go. We're good.
It gets caught by Pink Yoshi. Funky Kong, 2 stars. Gotta wait for 1. Grabs a nice connection on it, but it's a star. It's gonna go foul instead. Here has a POW. It's gonna go foul. And strikes out.
Good job, Diddy.
And that is a Diddy strikeout. A rare occurrence. Donkey Kong gonna get the special, and it's kicked.
Good work, Wario.
What, folks?
Way to wake
What
up,
are the
way to wake
Wilds doing? What are they doing? Folks, the Fireball's back up and they have all the momentum now. Wriggler grabs a nice out there. Mario has 2 stars. Doesn't use one. Maybe saving them for defense. Firebro grabs that out. They won't have to score if the Wilds keep on playing like they have been. A foul there from Pete Yoshi using the star. Has 1 left, and it's also late, and it also bounces, and it's also foul. A nice connection. You're joking. Pink Yoshi, the land after missing 2. The kick was not necessary, but it doesn't hurt them. Paragoomba has a star back. Gonna use it here. Goes, ooh, Donkey Kong kicks at it and misses it. Goodness. This is awful. Wario, it's a foul. Firebro does not bring in the grab out. It lands before he can do it. Fire. And Funky Kong grabs out in an instant inning. But folks, this is one of the worst defensive performances, not only from the Wilds this season, just all season late in this game. But now they got to nut up or shut up, as some people like to say. 7-5. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win. And they are not being patient at any of these at all. And it is... I don't like to use the term painful to watch, folks, because baseball is always fun to watch, but what is this? Magic Koopa's going to get a land. Maybe this will get him started for a miracle. Magic Koopa gets a double off of it, and now we've got Fire Bro with no stars. He's going to have to get a nice hit. He does! It's over! It's over! It's over! Fire Bro ties up the game!
Go FD. That's how boring.
Fire Bro, folks, just tied up the game on 2 outs with no stars, with 1 runner. It's tied.
Timeout.
A timeout called by Coach Craig in the bottom of the 7th in the DK Bowl. Everything has just shifted now, folks. If your service just cut out for the 15 seconds, you're going to hear me say for the first time, the DK Wilds have a chance to win, and you're going to say, what? They were just down by 2. That's correct. That's how fast this game just changed. The DK Wilds, a chance to walk off in the bottom of the 7th in the DK Bowl. A star from Boo. A land will do nicely, and it lands. Boo is on first. Any score wins the game. Dixie coming up on the mound. Momentum has shifted a few times in this game, folks. A flinch from King. It was almost down the middle. There's a pow. Mario waits and catches it. What incredible patience by Mario. That could have been anybody's game. Folks, we are headed to extra innings in the DK Bowl. What else could you ask for? If you don't love this, you don't love Mario baseball. Bowser, the pow. It's a foul. 2 stars and a pow. It hits infield. Donkey is hit. Bowser the single. Boomerang Bro, 2 stars. Gonna use this one. It looks like it's going foul because it was late. Has 1 left. This one is going good. Donkey Kong tries to kick it. Tries to make that play last time. Bowser turns back. He's running for 3rd. It's a close play. Won by the Fireballs. Bowser safe.
Run. Oh, take your base, buddy.
They do a kick. Again! The DK Wilds have to stop these sloppy mistakes trying to be flashy. It's lost them games before, folks. It is 0 outs, and they got to try to stop. Oh my goodness. Why did Diddy not swing with a pow? Diddy gets struck out by Bowser Jr. And finally, I didn't think we'd see it, but a bad decision by Coach Craig was made. Dixie. Magic Koopa, the grab, that was huge.
Oh.
That was absolutely huge, and now it's 2 outs. Coach Craig has really put himself in a bad position here. Wow. Wow. And if Coach Craig would have just swung with Diddy, if they would have swung with the Diddy pile, they had a chance at a land and a score. Wriggler connects on 1 from Dixie. Oh my God. What a game! We're seeing it, folks. Diddy is coming up on the mound. Wriggler hits one up. No item. We just got to watch. Will that fly ball won't activate? Mario catches the out. Diddy tired. It's Funky Kong. Funky Kong. Quiet the last few games. Now would be the time. Oh, goodness. Who are they? They're going to put Paragoomba up. Down the middle. Pow. The pow does not affect Funky Kong. Somehow, Funky Kong's going to grab the single. Donkey Kong with 5 stars. 1 out. A flinch is going to result in a double play. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. 9th inning. Mario misses the star. Mario misses again. Mario hits one up. It's normal. Magic Koopa the catch. Boo tired. It's Pink Yoshi. Star. It's caught by Funky. It's caught by Funky. 2 outs. Paragoomba, no stars. Paragoomba hits one up. It's going foul. Hammer Bro brings it in for a 3 and out in the top of the 9th. Hammer Bro has been quiet today. Bottom of the 9th. Either the Wilds win here. Folks. Folks, Dixie is back up on the mound. A flinch. It's going ball. Hammer Bro out. Paragoomba grabs the out. Dixie tired. We know this. And we're seeing Coach Craig change about every single batter now. 5 stars for Bowser Jr. It's a pal to go with it. Got to use this pal smart. Oh my goodness. It was used early. Oh my God! The kick! They missed the kick! Bowser's running home! Why did they kick it? They didn't have to kick it!
Great game. Great game.
Oh, they did not have to kick it. Bowser was safe on second. And the mistakes that have haunted the Wilds for the past few games, haunt the Fireballs in the end. They did not have to kick that ball. Oh my goodness, they did not. Folks, we are going to head into the press conference. I know that all of us were getting ready for those extra innings. But in the bottom of the 9th, the DK Wilds grab an inside the park home run from Bowser Jr., who was recently traded to them to win the most prestigious bowl. And first up, we're going to speak to Coach Craig of the Mario Fireballs. Coach Craig, Mr. Lenny. Let's get right here looking at your stat sheet. It started.
You never called me Craig before, Mr. Lenny. I like it.
Pardon me. We just witnessed one of my favorite games I've seen. And you are right, sir, to call me out on that. I need a moment to regain my composure before we get to the questions. Mr. Sanders, your stat sheet started off not looking great today. Not a lot going on, but as we went through the game, we slowly saw more and more. Actually, can I get a remote control for the box court down here today? I'm going to be switching through them a lot. Thank you. Later in the game, we see you starting to pick it up. And one of the best people, I actually have 2 people to talk about in terms of who really produced for you. Bowser and Diddy Kong. I have down for Bowser an RBI where he grabs a double, it's a 1 RBI, and then a 1-run RBI where he grabs a single, as well as Diddy Kong grabs a 1-run RBI where he gets a double, and then a 2-run RBI where he also grabs a double. Diddy Kong started off great offensively for the Wilds, slowed down a bit, was traded to you, and had what I want to say is his best offensive game of the season. Why is that, do you think?
A lot of teams counted out a special. We didn't. Today, he got that 2-run RBI off of that special. And it landed nicely. He was paired with a nice item. And it worked out for us. He played great on the mound. Diddy Kong's big for us, especially behind Dixie Kong. That's what we needed. And I don't really have much negative to say about today. I think they played great, especially Bowser. He moved out there today. 2 great sliding plays at third base. He played his butt off today.
Dixie Kong The last time we spoke, Dixie Kong had a packed stat line. This time, not so much. Do you think that has to do a little bit more with you not using Dixie Kong as much in terms of pitching? You didn't use her as heavy as you did the last time against the DK Wallers. Why do you think Dixie Kong was a little quieter on the stat side of things today?
Well, I think last time I believe she played first base a lot more, had a chance to get a lot more outs. They were putting the bat to the ball today. They played great. We just didn't do what we needed to do to get a win today on the mound. You play 9 innings and your guys are going to be tired. I was fully expecting to walk out of that game in the bottom of the 7th with a win. I was not expecting Firebro to put up a 2-run home run at all. I can tell you that. But honestly, I was not expecting that. That shocked me. That shocked me. I was not expecting it.
Mr. Samuels, today your team scores 7 points. All 7 of those points come off of RBIs. Not a single home run. Is that part of your offensive game plan, or do you look to mix some home runs into that?
So all of these guys up here, with the exception of Blue Pianta, are meant to be a part of a long string of the combo. This is not a powerful hitting team like the Wilds are. This is a point-by-point team, not a home run hitting team. I've said it 1,000 times. The 2 to the 5, that's a combo. And then all of them are combos. Paired with Diddy Kong, I think that makes us even better because we have a chance to use a special and then an item to follow up, and we saw that today. Blue Pianta is a great sacrifice hitter, which he was today, and just a great home run hitter. 2 last game, had some great hits today. Yes, a lot of our points come off of base hits. That's what our lineup is built around.
One thing I really want to talk about today is Paragoomba. You say over and over, Paragoomba should be not only an MVP for your team candidate, but an MVP candidate, and kind of proves that today. We talked about last time Paragoomba plays first base about halfway through that game, so obviously gets on the stat board because there are a bunch of balls thrown to first base. But in addition to the first base outs, we see Paragoomba get a strikeout, a star single, and a single today, contributing a lot more offense than defense. Where do you think Paragoomba really excels at? Excels more on the offensive side or more on the defensive side?
I think he excels not as much in game. I mean, he's a great in-game player, but his leadership outside of the game. Paragoomba's really come to the role of being a leader in the locker room. When you think of a leader on this team, you think of guys like Bowser, of course, Mario, but Paragoomba's really stepped up and has brought the morale of this entire team up. And he's been able to back that up with his great play. I think his leadership has just boosted the entire team's morale and made us all play better. But his great play and consistent play only backs that up.
Well, Mr. Samuels, covered just about everything. I know I'm still very new to this press conference business, and I have watched some tape from my predecessors, so I do want to let you know that in terms of plays we see out there on the field, I won't be mentioning them. I call them as I see them in the commentator booth. I ask my questions based on the stats, but you know that at the end of every press conference, can we get a reset on the box score there, please? Thank you. But at the end of every press conference, as I'm sure you've learned by now after one, I'd like to give you a chance to make any final statements. This is your time to talk about any plays you might want the public to know about.
Yeah, so today there was a play towards the end of the game when I decided to let Diddy Kong strike out instead of swing. Yeah, the foul ball. And I don't like to have the radio on in the booth because it just distracts me hearing commentary. But I had it on today because Wario insisted. But today, I heard you. Why would he let Diddy strike out in the foul ball? Let me be honest. I've not had much time. Just staring at myself. I haven't had much time to work with Diddy Kong and his hitting, as far as just straight up power hitting without a special. I've seen film in the past, and he likes to give up a lot of double plays in the infield. We were in a crucial situation, and I could not let that happen. So I just let him take take it, not give up a double play, keep the runner on first and third, and we'd only have one out on the board instead of two. Dixie Kong comes up with a chance for a nice land, doesn't get it, which sucks. It was a good land, but Wriggler was able to grab it. So the whole plan was to just not give up a double play there, and or throw out a foul ball and then freeze everybody in the infield, because chances are that would have happened. So that was the whole plan behind that today. As far as the kick in the outfield goes, to end the game, I had a small gut feeling. I was running through scenarios in my head when Bowser Jr. came up, and I was like, what if he wins it right here? Something stupid happens. Because we've seen Bowser Jr. get inside the park home runs, with Baby Peach, just this season if you get some. I didn't think it would actually happen, but it did. I was trying to kick it to Pink Yoshi and catch him on the round at second, but Pink Yoshi was stunned by the flower in the outfield and then ended up shooting it into right field. They got the game.
So allow me to challenge you for one moment before I
Absolutely.
switch. Your decision to not go for the Diddy Pow was a very non-greedy decision.
Yes.
But would you say that your attempt to kick in the outfield was a greedy decision?
Yes, so I would say it's two different things because one's offensiveness and one's defensive. So in an offensive situation like that, I'm not going to put our team in jeopardy when we're in scoring position. Defensively, it's routine to try and kick that ball and catch him on the ground at second. We shouldn't be making errors like that. That is an error that is stadium inflicted. You know, I mean, had we not been playing in the jungle, that wouldn't have happened. But I guess that's why it's a coveted bowl game. Those are routine plays that we see by every coach in this league. And no, I didn't have to kick it, but at this point it's second nature. I coach these guys to do that almost. I'm sure every coach does. So no, I did not have to kick it, but again, I had to kick it because I couldn't just tell them not to in that moment because it's routine. We kicked it, something crazy happened, and then won the game. So, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. It's just a tough situation.
Not my job to understand, sir. Just my job to listen. Thank you, Mr. Samuels, for being up here.
Thank you.
Sorry about the result today.
It's all right.
Have a good one, sir.
Thank you, you too.
Next up, we are going to speak to Mr. Fuller of the DK Wilds, Coach KJ, as some like to call him. Mr. Fuller, we squeaked one out today, didn't we?
On the sole of my feet.
Let's take a look at the stats now. The last time I spoke to you, sir, your stat book was padded, the fireballs were not. Throughout this game, as it started and as it ended, both of you come out with a great stat, except for one notable player on your team, and one who many believe to be an MVP candidate from your team, King Boo. An off day today, just posted a single on the box score. Talk about that a little bit. Do you think we didn't need King Boo as much today? What do you think happened today?
Well, he contributed at least a little bit. I mean, that's why he's got a 10 up on the stat sheet. So, yeah, in a game like this, if you contribute at all, it makes a big difference. I mean, we just barely got out in this one. You know, one hit that doesn't go our way could have changed this game. If this was like a mercy rule, then one hit doesn't change the game. But this game, one hit changed the game. And that King Boo, hit that he got, that single or whatever he got, it was big. And it went towards us winning the game, which means that it was big.
One man, well, there are many men on your team that had an exceptional game today, but we're going to talk about one, and then we'll get to the other. Funky Kong finally steps up today on the defensive end. What I have posted for him defensively: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, responsible for 8 outs in today's game. 8 outs. Talk about how you put him in a position to get those outs, where you believe his best position on the field is to get those outs, and how he works with his other teammates to get those outs.
I like him at first base a lot. I think that's where his talents fit best. Because I think we need a decent glove at somewhere like first base, and he doesn't quite have, you know, the reach of, you say, a field member or whatever, so he's not quite a valuable infield member. So I think he's exactly where he should be. He's not a defensive liability, so we're not going to put him at like catcher or anything. And that's why he's at first base, because he fits the best there, I think.
I challenge you for a moment, sir, and ask you, why do you believe Funky Kong is not a valuable member of the infield, but Donkey Kong is?
Good question. I just think Donkey Kong, you know, when you're in the infield role, you are kind of the captain. You're in the middle of everything on the defense. And since Donkey Kong is our captain, everybody can hear him. You know, he's in the middle of everything, and he can, you know, point out, you know, and he's a veteran, and he knows a lot about the game. And I just like him being kind of in the center of everything of our defense, so he can, you know, help the guys out that way. You know, point out like, well, let's get better at this. Let's hey, watch that ball right there. You know, and I think he just fits better there because he's the captain of our team than Funky Kong would.
And Donkey Kong obviously assists on a lot of outs, but does not get the ball with those kick. An assist on an out does not get written down, simply the out itself. So we know that Donkey Kong either kicked or threw a lot of those outs to Funky Kong that he did get. Donkey Kong himself, on the day, on the stats, posting just 3 outs. Donkey Kong continues to be great defensively, a great assist man, and we had this conversation last time about how you're a numbers man and you want to get Donkey Kong working more on the numbers.
Those are skin flakes in my hand.
Is that still an ongoing process for you to try to get Donkey Kong more on the numbers side of play? Or have you kind of accepted the fact that he's going to be an assist type of man for this season?
I've kind of accepted the latter there. He's going to be more assist because, you know, he will have a part in most of the outs, and that's what's important to me. I wish those would show up on the stat sheet, you know, because I mean it's pretty much all him, and he kicks it to somebody, and they just got to be like, you know, you catch it. So Donkey Kong is the bulk work in that situation.
Up in the booth, please. Can we get a resale in the box score?
And yeah, so I'm not really worried about that. It's, you know, other areas. A lot of batting is what I want to see. Singles on and big time numbers on. But you know, I can accept the fact that it's not going to show up on his box score, but he's definitely helping me out in numerous ways.
Well, Mr. Fuller, I appreciate the request on what you wish would show up in the stat book. I'm in the process of trying to create an easier way to keep track of these rather than in the old handy-dandy notebook. So I appreciate your suggestion, sir. Moving on, we're going to work with what we got, and we're going to go ahead and talk about 3 more men, so bear with me here. Bowser Jr. gives us an RBI run today that ends with him getting a triple. He gets a double off of his Starland. He gets a strikeout, and then of course he gets his inside the park home run and grabs your MVP today. Bowser Jr.'s best game this season, best game in maybe 2 or 3 seasons. Why today, do you think?
We just adopted that next man up mentality. We needed someone to make a big play for us. He was the guy in the position to do it, and they're the bottom of the 9th, I think. And he's the man that decided, hey, let's get a good Starland. And that's something that we needed as a team, was a valuable Starland that we didn't, prior to this trade, we didn't really have that in terms of like a captain star. You know, like we had Blooper, Boone, and Red Match Cooper, who had nice, you know, regular stars, but we didn't really have a captain star that we relied on. But that's what we are with Bowser Jr. He's a guy that can instantly kickstart some offense. I wasn't expecting him to get an inside the park home run, but you know, look at who's coming up next after him. You got Red Magic Cooper. Red Magic Cooper with a nice Starland. If Bowser Jr. was got a double off this thing, he's either going to third or he's running home. If that's the case, then we get a sacrifice hitter opportunity with Fire Bro.
It was on 2 outs.
That was on 1 out. The wins when he got the inside the ball.
Ah, yes, you're correct. My apologies. My apologies.
So, you know, as long as Red Magic Cooper didn't get out, then you could go for a sacrifice hitter, or you could just go for the home run because he had Dixie Kong up there, and that's Fire Bro's favorite pitcher.
My sincerest apologies at home. Lost track of where we were. Bottom of the 9th, again, and that pal, very close call. Very close to being called out there. I remember seeing the film of your last game. You were challenged yourself by Gene Salami. He was asking you if Bowser Jr. was a problem because you lost 2 games, I believe, after he was traded. I think this is a good one for you to see. Red Magic Koopa took a moment to really get going, but once he did, 1 RBI with a single, an out, a star single, an out, a star double, a grab out, and an out. Present on both sides of the ball today, and that grab out at the end, a crucial one that really kept the game in check for you. Red Magic Koopa, do you believe is still one of the top on this team?
I think everybody has their role. I don't really want to say that somebody's above another person in terms of, because everybody has a role to fill and they fill it their own way. Red Magic Koopa is going to be a stat sheet stuffer because of his star lanes. And his fielding. I mean, he's going to be a guy that gets on the box score all the time, and he puts up very consistent numbers, which is exactly what we want from him. But absolutely, yeah, he's one of the guys we rely on to fill their role correctly. Because you know sometimes like a regular, his role is to hit a home run. You know, and it's a lot harder to do that than get like a star land.
Allow me to pose this question to you for a moment, sir. Who would you believe, if you had to tell me right now, would be your MVP candidate on this team?
I'd have to go Firebird for that one.
So allow me to challenge this. If you believe you can pick an MVP candidate, does that not seem to you like you maybe putting a player above others?
I think we can. I think we can judge by who's performing their role the best. Is what I'm saying. Because I don't think there's been anybody as consistent at their role as Firebird has, and that's what I'm getting at, is that Red Magic Koopa is going to be one of the top guys, yes, because he fits his role very well with this squad. And that's kind of the point of it. Firebro has fit his role the best this season, I think, because it's very hard to get home run hits, and he does it consistently. I mean, he gets home run hits every game, it seems like, and it's fun to watch, and he really creates a spark for us. But that's usually following off of what Red Magic does. So you know, they play off of each other. But you know, if I had to pick who's filling their role the best, Firebro. You know, Red Magic is also up there. King Boo's had a great season. Boo, why can't Boo be in that conversation? You know, everybody has their job. Everybody does their job. But some people are able to be in a situation where they can do their job better.
Coach KJ, I personally love your lengthy answers. The studio execs do not, because we do run out of time. I have 2 more questions to get to, and I'd like to ask you this next question. Keep it somewhat concise. Okay. Sorry, in advance. Firebro, obviously the man of the hour today, does not grab the MVP simply because Bowser Jr. wins it for you, but Firebro has 2 home runs today for a total of a contributing 5 runs, 5 of your 8. And then the last one came at 2 outs when it was not looking great. What did you believe Firebro was going to do on that last at-bat? Did you think that he was putting one up and over?
I needed him to. And that's the bottom line. And he provided for me. It's not that I, thought he was going to do it. I always think my big hitters are going to go up there and hit a home run, but he didn't. So it doesn't really matter what I was thinking beforehand because that's the result we got.
Does it concern you that you are seeing a lot more games in this later half of the season where you're finding yourself having to come back?
Yeah, and I think everybody with everybody with a pair of eyes can see that we're slipping from that like dominant 1 seed position that we were, or like 6-0. We were 6-0 at the beginning of the season. We're now 10-4. So we've gone 4-4 since, and it's pretty clear to see that this is not. Nobody's the same team they were early in the season. That's how it is every season. And I was prepared for this, and I knew that something like this would happen. We're not going to go undefeated this season by any means, but we just gotta get our footing back.
Well, Mr. Fuller, this is the time of the press conference where, as I said to Coach Craig, I'm not going to challenge any play calls, any decisions you made. Now's the time for you to defend anything you might want to defend or justify anything you might want to justify to the audience back home. Anything you want to say about your performance today? Any last words?
We're just going to clean up those outfield errors and those infield errors too, and we're going to get better. We're going to get right back on track, and I think this was a good start to do that.
Sir, it'll be my absolute honor to present to you the DK Bowl trophy when we get to the presentation ceremony. A coveted trophy with a rich history. A bowl that is owned by this organization. A man that has taken the trophy home before and will take it home again. I personally would like to congratulate you on your level of play today and your teammates. And it is my honor to present to you the DK Bowl trophy. We wish you great success in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Folks, I've been Seymour J. Wankowitz, and thank you for joining us on this presentation of the DK Bowl. I'm sure it'll be a great one next season. Thank you for allowing me to be your host tonight. I humbly ask you to have a great night, and we'll see you next time.